What's the funniest thing someone's ever blamed you for? My neighbor Harold blamed me for his wife discovering his affair because my cat, Mr. Whiskers, brought a pair of women's underwear into their backyard during their anniversary barbecue. The underwear wasn't his wife's, and it had fallen from his bedroom window where he'd been hiding evidence. But somehow, this was entirely my fault for having an untrained cat. Harold showed up at my door screaming that Mr. Whiskers had deliberately sabotaged his marriage. He actually used the word deliberately, as if my cat had planned this exposure. Your cat knew exactly what it was doing, he yelled. It's been watching me, waiting for the perfect moment to destroy my life. The story, as I pieced together from Harold's angry rants and his wife Linda's tearful visit later, was absolutely magnificent. Harold had been having an affair with his co-worker for 6 months. He'd been extremely careful, but kept one trophy, a pair of lacy underwear, hidden in his home office. That morning, he panicked when Linda said she needed something from his desk, so he threw the evidence out his window, planning to retrieve it later. Mr. Whiskers, who likes to collect fabric items, found this treasure and decided to present it to the neighborhood during the exact moment Harold was giving a toast about 15 faithful years with Linda. The cat walked across the patio table, underwear in mouth, and deposited it directly in front of Linda's mother. The barbecue had 30 guests, Linda's entire family, Harold's boss, their church pastor, all watching as Linda picked up the unfamiliar underwear, saw the size, definitely not hers, and noticed lipstick stains that matched exactly 0 of her lipsticks. The silence was deafening until Harold pointed at my house and shouted, "That damn cat, it's always stealing things." He tried to convince everyone that Mr. Whiskers had a history of stealing women's underwear from multiple houses, that this was a neighborhood-wide problem, that I was running some kind of feline-powered underwear theft ring. "Check his yard," Harold demanded. "It's probably full of stolen underwear." Linda's mother, a sharp woman in her 70s, said, "Harold, why would the cat only steal underwear that's your mistress's exact size?" Harold doubled down. He claimed I had trained Mr. Whiskers to frame him because I was jealous of his promotion at work. "We work in completely different industries. I'm a librarian. He sells insurance." But according to Harold, I'd orchestrated an elaborate revenge plot using a cat to deliver planted evidence at the perfect moment. He actually called animal control to report Mr. Whiskers as a trained attack cat that was weaponizing intimate apparel. The officer who came out couldn't stop laughing when Harold explained the situation. She said, "Sir, cats can't be trained to frame people for adultery." Harold then tried to get a lawyer to sue me for defamation by cat. 3 lawyers turned him down. One actually said, "Your cat outed your affair wasn't grounds for litigation." Harold insisted Mr. Whiskers had violated his privacy rights and committed targeted harassment. The lawyer asked if he'd considered not throwing evidence of his affair out the window. The situation escalated when Harold started leaving threatening notes about Mr. Whiskers. "Control your cat, or else. That cat is a menace to marriage. Mr. Whiskers knows what he did." I kept them all and gave them to Linda's divorce lawyer, who described them as the most entertaining evidence she'd ever received. Harold's next strategy was to claim the underwear wasn't from an affair, but from a medical condition that required him to wear women's underwear. When Linda pointed out they were 2 sizes smaller than her, he claimed they were therapeutic compression underwear. The lace and rhinestones were apparently medical grade. During the divorce proceedings, Harold maintained that I had orchestrated everything. He presented a timeline showing how Mr. Whiskers' underwear delivery was too perfectly timed to be coincidental. He'd actually created graphs and charts about my cat's movement patterns, trying to prove intent. The judge asked him, "Are you seriously claiming your neighbor trained a cat to expose your affair?" Harold replied, "It's the only logical explanation. Look at the evidence." The judge's response became legendary in our neighborhood. "The only logical explanation is that you're an idiot who threw evidence of his affair out a window in a neighborhood with cats." Linda got the house, the cars, and half of everything else. Harold had to move into an apartment that doesn't allow pets, which he claims was intentional to protect himself from future feline manipulation. Mr. Whiskers, unaware of his role in ending a marriage, continues to bring me treasures. Last week it was a golf glove from Harold's former yard. Harold filed a restraining order against my cat. It was denied. The judge wrote, "Petitioner cannot obtain restraining order against the cat," on the denial.